That line formed early this morning in Fayetteville, Arkansas, hoping to watch their Arkansas Razorbacks, the number 18 team in the country. Can they upset number 6 Kentucky? That's our matchup in the SEC here at Bud Walton Arena today. And the top 4 teams are all in action. Auburn plays Tennessee a little bit later on. Auburn with a 1-game lead. Then it's Kentucky and Arkansas next in line. 2 of the hottest teams in college basketball. Brad Nessler with Pete Gillen. 12 of the last 13 for the Razorbacks, Pete. 12 of the last 14 for Kentucky. It might not be quite March yet, but it sure feels like it.
No question about it. Tremendous atmosphere, great talent, outstanding coaches. It has everything.
John Calipari, the Hall of Famer, in his 13th year as the head coach in Lexington, has his Cats 23-5, 12-3, as we just saw in the standings. On the other side, Eric Musselman's done a remarkable job with Arkansas in his 3rd season. 3 straight 20-plus win seasons for Coach Musselman. For those that want to see the conclusion of the Oklahoma State game, you can go to CBSSports.com. Right now, we're set to tip, though. Doug Shows, Chuck Jones, Rob Rourke, our officials, and the Cats and the Hogs set to have at it here in Fayetteville. And it'll be saved right in front of us by J.D. Notte, one of the top scorers, the number 2 scorer in the SEC.
Kentucky starts man-to-man, which they play 95% of the time.
Notte up off the window, and the first rebound. Who else? Oscar Tshiebwe. Tshiebwe, the number 1 rebounder in the country.
Tremendous player. I think he's up for possibility of the National Player of the Year.
Grady on a 3, and out of bounds to Arkansas. Arkansas averages just under 78 points a game. Kentucky just under 81. So we'll see if we get in that kind of range today. Arkansas a really good defensive team, though. If we get that high, we're going to have some action in here.
Yeah, might need a helmet, Brad, if it gets too fast.
Vince and Toppin in the starting lineup for Kentucky today due to some injury problems. Arkansas, this is the 13th straight game with the same starting 5. First start for both teams.
Both teams love to run, to push it. I go inside to Tshiebwe if I'm the big blue.
It's on the outside. It's a screen for Tshiebwe. And baseline drive, drawing the foul. Notte picks up the first foul of the game.
Arkansas is great at attacking the basket. They're athletic and they really attack the hoop. Kentucky's got to do that also. You can't live and die with 3. Both these teams, as you know, are not great 3-point shooters consistently.
Kentucky really hasn't leaned on that at all. They've got about 25% of their points from the 3-point line. Inside they go, and neither team's been able to connect so far. Here's a kick out. Williams for 3. Rimmed it out. Tshiebwe with another rebound.
The 3rd time doing Kentucky. Might be on the payroll. You won't have him again later on, Brad.
I've seen a lot of rebounds.
Part of the fabric.
He's going to try from the top of the key and got it. He's worked on that. He's getting better from the outside.
No question about it. He can hit that 17, 18-footer. Trying to show the pro scouts down the road, hey, I can do it all.
No doubt. Shooting just under 60% from the floor as well. 2 minutes in, Arkansas still looking for their first point. Williams will get it for him. Jalen Williams.
Tough matchup for Tshiebwe when Williams comes down to the bench. He's so versatile, Jalen Williams. Scoring all 3 levels. Perimeter, mid-range, and attacking the hoop.
Crowd has awakened now. He's going to think about it and try it from the same spot. This one rims out, and Williams will clear it.
He's doing the Razorbacks a favor if he stays out there all the time. He'll be drawing fouls.
Notte doubled inside and still scores.
Second leading scorer in the SEC, J.D. Notte.
Just under 19 a game for J.D. overall, and even better than that in the SEC action. Here's Brooks, had it blocked. And Williams will get it ahead to Notte. Notte deep. Got it!
Oh!
early timeout by John Calipari as J.D. Notte just took it from long range.
Tremendous play. Never gets shook. Got a lot of poise. Never gets speeded up. Tremendous player. 2 years at Jacksonville, and sat out a year, and then the second year playing now for the Razorbacks.
Again, for those of you who want to see the conclusion of the Sooners and the Cowboys, Oklahoma and Oklahoma State, you can go to CBSSports.com. So Arkansas started out 0 for 2, and then they got it to the right guy.
Yep.
Williams with a dunk.
Yep, and J.D. Notte attacks the basket. Nice pump fake. Finish it. The Razorbacks run all the time, but at home they really fly up and down the court, Brad.
Notte, that's his 62nd three-pointer of the year, and it lit up the crowd, and it's not safe to go in the water right now here in Fayetteville.
Exactly. We need a lifeguard. We got to have a lifeguard. I need a lifeguard all the time. Look at this. Hope they go to class also, man.
Sold out Bud Walton Arena, over 19,000 here. And an early timeout by John Calipari to try to silence things a little bit. Ty Washington and Xavier Wheeler coming out of that timeout are on the floor. The normal starting backcourt. Those two guards have missed the last 2 games, and they're out there now.
Wheeler leads the SEC with 7 assists a game.
And a turnover right there by Wheeler. Amude against Wheeler, the cross step. Missed in close. Good looking play until the finish.
Can't believe it. Attacks the basket. Bad pass by Wheeler. Here we go. Up and away. Amude going to the basket. Little Euro step. Manu Ginobili would love it, but you got to finish.
Yeah, he knows it. He's still holding his head.
Yeah. Right there.
Something with his neck or his head.
Yeah, hitting the neck and the head.
I didn't see anybody touch him on his way to the basket, but
maybe he just twisted it, turning.
We'll check on that in a second. Meanwhile, Kentucky with the ball as we approach the opening 4 minutes here. Ty Washington handles it for the first time. Wheeler tried to give it underneath and he gave it away. That's 2 turnovers for Xavier Wheeler.
Yep. Gotta be a little rusty sitting out a while.
Yep.
Man, right? So it's not easy. You come in here.
Deep ball way out there. Note he was hitting them in practice and warm-ups from there. Washington now on the drive. And a rebound kept alive by Tshiebwe. Open 3. Oh, nowhere near it.
Little wind in that
Toppin.
part of the arena, so that might affect it. You got to play the wind.
Inside for the slam.
Great pass by J.D. Notte.
Trey Wade with a flush, and it's a 9-0 run for Arkansas. And another turnover, Kentucky.
They have not posted up Tshiebwe once yet, Brad. Get him the ball inside. Let the big fella have it. Let him touch it down low.
We were wondering on Stanley Amude on the drive. Right there, apparently, is where he got hit in the head by Wheeler. There wasn't a foul called, and then he missed the layup and grabbed his head immediately and the back of his neck. At any rate, Kentucky with only 2 points here in the opening 5 minutes. It's back-to-back Mountain West action tonight, starting at 8 Eastern on CBS Sports Network. Both Wyoming and Boise State fighting to be the leader of the pack there. It's coming up tonight on CBS Sports Network.
Excellent year in the Mountain West. They get a chance to get 4 teams in the big dance.
Yeah, right before the media timeouts, the dunk by Trey Wade on the dish.
Tremendous pass by J.D. Notte. Wade, tremendous athlete. Up and away. Transfer from Wichita State. He's in there for his defense, but a little bit of offense.
Yep. One of 7 guys that over the last 2 years have transferred in here from someplace else. And Eric Musselman's put them together to be quite a team.
It's tough to do that every year. The guys coming in, coming out,
yep.
put them together, teach a system, play as a unit. You know, so that's a challenge. But Eric Musselman's done a fabulous job, as you mentioned before, Brad, with this program.
67 wins since he's arrived. That's the most wins for anybody in the SEC over that period of time, believe it or not.
Wow. An unbelievable job. They love basketball in this state.
Oh, boy, did they ever.
It's a religion. It's like New York City or Philadelphia back east. They love the hoops here, and tremendous tradition. Nolan Richardson, I coached against him, and we came in second, which is okay, but not in basketball. But,
well, he's still got his court named for him here.
Yeah. No,
we're sitting on it.
You're right. No, great coach, Hall of Famer, terrific coach, and, tremendous tradition. Eddie Sutton, of course, right, won a national title, so they great tradition here.
Oklahoma apparently held on to beat Oklahoma State. They had a lead. It evaporated. They went to overtime. They won by 4 over the Cowboys. And now here in the SEC, 2 of the top teams in the conference having at it. Kentucky off to a slow start. More turnovers than points so far in the first 5 minutes, Pete.
Got to take care of the ball. It's important. Points off turnovers, and Arkansas does a great job. One of the best in the SEC in creating offense off their defense.
So Kentucky coming off a win earlier this week over LSU that they trailed at halftime and were not looking good offensively, and then they got it together. And again, John Calipari's had to coach the last 2 games without a starting backcourt. Has them back today. They didn't start the game, but they're in there now.
They have to be a little rusty, missing that time, missing practice timing. We see Wheeler with a couple of early turnovers. He's a tremendous player, but it's not easy going into this atmosphere.
Note, another one to Wade. 5 minutes into the game at Bud Walton Arena, and Arkansas off to a flying start here against the Wildcats of Kentucky. And a 3-point play opportunity for number 3, Trey Wade, who just had a slam dunk, and he adds to it. He's got 5 points early, and this is a 12-0 run to start the game for Arkansas after Kentucky had the first basket. Kentucky just a game behind Auburn in the SEC standings. Auburn and Tennessee will play a little bit later on. We welcome you, Brad Nessler, Pete Gillen, G. Sterator, and 19,200 of our closest friends at Bud Walton Arena in Fayetteville, Arkansas. The place is lit up, hoping that they can upset Kentucky, much like they did #1 Auburn earlier this season.
Tremendous defense by the Razorbacks early in the game.
Tshiebwe on the outside, rims one out. Jalen Williams will clear it off for the Arkansas team that has run off 12 straight points.
The defense has been fabulous. It's getting their offense going.
J.D. Note, #2 scorer in the SEC. And Jalen Williams, Mr. Versatility, missed on the inside. Tshiebwe pulls down the rebound. That's his 4th already.
Got to push it, Kentucky. When you're struggling, now drive the ball. Let the big guy get it. He hasn't gotten it inside yet, Brad. Give the big guy the ball.
And they'll take the 3. Xavier Wheeler in for the first time in 3 games. He and Ty Washington did not play the last 2. They're out there now. They didn't start the game, but they're on the floor as we speak. The Hogs looking strong. Up high for the rebound and then getting it ripped away. And on the floor right now, you see Xavier Wheeler, Ty Washington has missed the last 2 games. And that group on the floor right now for Arkansas, not quite the starting lineup, but they've had the same starting lineup 13 straight games. So that's a nice thing for Eric Musselman to have, that he hasn't had injury problems like Kentucky has.
And a great groove now, as you mentioned before, 12 out of 13 wins.
And the Wildcats can't get anything to go. Jalen Williams, nice box out on Tshiebwe to get the rebound.
I love him. Brad does everything, right? Can put on a deck, can shoot the 3, mid-range game.
He almost took a 3 there.
Yep. Takes a lot of charges defensively. Does a nice job.
Sure does. Williams, he thought about it again. The kick out. This guy is going to shoot the three. Note way outside.
That was from Little Rock. What a shot. It's a 4-point shot.
Wow.
He scores about 23% of their points. He's their main scorer when he's on the floor.
Pete, I watched him in the warm-ups. He probably took 20 shots from the rear end of the Razorback logo, and he hit almost all of them. So his range is what we just saw.
Forget about it. Tremendous.
Kentucky scored the first basket. It's 15 straight for Arkansas. And finally, Oscar Tshiebwe, as you've been saying, please get it inside to him. He's got Kentucky's 4 points.
Let the big dog eat. Get in the rock. Let him touch it. Otherwise, they take a nap, big guys. Go on strike. I had some big guys. They took a nap. But wait, coach, I don't get the ball. Taking a siesta. So get him the ball. He's got to go in there too, bro. You know, he's
absolutely
shooting jumpers.
Watch this shot. That is way outside for three and nothing but the bottom.
Here we go. Big guy got it. 3 guys around him. No problem. When you go into the glass, use the glass. Leading scorer for Kentucky. You got to go inside. You know you can make jumpers. Go inside.
And Arkansas hasn't turned it over much. They do there.
Got to get Kellen Grady going now. Tremendous 3-point shooter. Get him some screens.
Oh, Ty Washington almost lost the handle. Probably should have been a turnover. Kentucky keeps it alive. They get it back into big number 34. The Big O with a miss. Got it back and scored it.
Unbelievable. Kentucky, Brad, as you know, is amazing. They get 38% of their missed shots they get back. That's more than 1 out of 3. That's awesome. And mainly it's the big guy, Oscar Tshiebwe, with the offensive boards.
15 rebounds a game. He gets about 6 offensive rebounds a game, including that last one, and that's why he's shooting 60%. Get the rebound, put it right back up there.
Amazing player.
J.D. Note is on a hot tear. He's got 10 early.
Tremendous player. He scores once again 23% of their points when he's on the floor.
Tshiebwe rolled one in and one. The Big O's got all 8 for Kentucky, but it's all Arkansas right now. 11:19 to go. First half. The 6th-ranked Wildcats and number 18 Arkansas. A 17-8, 15 straight points at one point. We welcome you, Brett Nessler with Pete Gillen. And Pete, a hot start for the Razorbacks. 10 of the last 13 teams they've played, they've held under 40%. The one guy they haven't stopped, though, Tshiebwe inside for Kentucky.
The big fella, he shoots 59% from the floor. So Kentucky, get in the rock. Let the big dog eat. Let him touch the ball. But he doesn't help himself by shooting outside. So they can make that, but you don't want him to take too many of them, Brett.
And JT Note on the other end, he's done it inside, outside, and way out. Like you said, they took that one from Little Rock, and he's got 10 points early.
He's amazing. When he's on the floor, he takes 32% of their shots. According to Ken Palm, was a lot smarter than me, so I believe him. But when it feels like leather, it's going up for JD Note. But he plays. He never gets rattled, right? He's just got a lot of poise, and the big fella, he's going to try to bring him back.
He has all of Kentucky's points. Oscar Tshiebwe maybe on his way to National Player of the Year. He's certainly in consideration for it. And he's got a 3-point play, and it's 17-9, and all Kentucky's points are Oscar Tshiebwe.
I like that little press by the Wildcats who have their defense get their offense going.
Chris Likes in the lineup, the little guy for Arkansas for the first time today. Jalen Williams will try 3. Tshiebwe with another rebound.
Williams is saying, hey, if Oscar can take some 3, I want to get some burn from outside.
Here's Mintz. Had a little opening, didn't take it. Washington will feed it inside. Tshiebwe, extra pass, and it's a beauty. Jacob Toppin off the feed from Tshiebwe. So finally somebody else in the scoring column for the Wildcats, and we're almost at the midway point of the first half.
Great pass. Here we see, goes inside here. Boom. They double him. Here comes that. No. To the corner. Nice finish by Toppin.
Likes inside. Williams. And he missed it, but he's fouled. So Jalen Williams will go to the free throw line where he's shooting 70% on the year.
Wildcats got to get Kellen Grady going. 16 points a game, tremendous shooter. So you got to run some screens, which they do. I'd like to see them go to him.
Williams, who's a walking double-double for the most part this season, got the first one. Tomorrow on CBS, it's Double the Trouble when Queen Latifah and Jada Pinkett Smith team up for a new episode of The Equalizer. That's tomorrow after 60 Minutes here on CBS. Jalen Williams, 6'10" sophomore out of Fort Smith, Arkansas. Got them both.
He's one of the leaders of the team. Very personable. He talks a lot on the court. For a sophomore boy, he's tremendous. I think he's an outstanding player. A great sophomore player from Fort Smith, not too far away from here.
I got stuck at Fort Smith one time at their airport during an ice storm. I was just telling that story to you last night.
Yeah, a lot of ice on the court here now.
Yeah, it was kind of icy here this week, too.
Yeah, I've had a lot of ice in my life.
Mintz for three. And the battle between Williams and Tshiebwe for the rebound, and it comes free, and now there's going to be a foul on Kentucky. And it's going to be on Toppin.
The Wildcats shoot 36% from downtown, but right now it's not working. You got to go to Plan B. Plan B would drive the basketball, keep going inside to the big fella. You know, should we wait, get him the ball inside and attack it? Let's get Kellen Grady some shots.
Kentucky, their last couple of games, they've found themselves in double-digit deficits and fought back to win over Alabama and LSU, and they're going to have to do the same thing here on the road today.
Tough in this atmosphere now.
You're not kidding. Williams short. Tshiebwe with another rebound.
He gets over 40% of the rebounds.
He's got 8 already.
Oh,
fighting for a loose ball. Arkansas comes up with it. Kentucky turnover prone here in the first half of the first half. Likes with the crossover dribble, found himself a little opening. He still ended up with the ball.
Lightning quick. Transfer from Miami.
Baseline jumper. Not an easy shot, but Amude knocked it down.
Calipari, very emotional. He cries when he sees Law and Order reruns. Great coach. I love him. I know him a long time. Talked to him a little bit at the shoot around. We talked to him. Yep. Might have been a reach by Amude. It's a tough call.
Kentucky on the baseline with a 9-minute mark to inbound. Xavier Wheeler playing with that injured wrist. And another foul. That one's going to be on Chris Likes. Double screen on top for Chris Likes. Davis, fadeaway jumper with the left hand. Tshiebwe tips it to himself. Rebound number 9.
Amazing. Nobody else gets a rebound.
Well, he had 28 in a game earlier this year, which is unheard of, and he's had several games of 20 or more, and he's off to that kind of start today. And a three-pointer goes for Brooks.
Good play. He's gotten better and better. Improved each year.
Quiets the crowd down at the 8-minute mark as the lead is cut to 6.
I think you got to be happy if you're the Wildcats.
Yep.
Down 6, 2 possessions with the, turnovers and struggling.
They were down 13 after that 15-0 run, so this is a lot better spot for him. Not Mintz. Note off the window.
Once again, he takes 1/3 of their shots, so when he's on the court, you got to get a net or something to slow him down.
Averaging 19 a game. Wheeler. Note might have gotten a piece of Wheeler on that shot. No foul call. And here's the matchup. Two of the better guards in the conference. Xavier Wheeler, J.D. Note. Battle goes all the way to the floor. The kick out to Williams. Amude on the extra pass for 3.
The roof might come off, Brad. Too many more shots.
Just when Kentucky had made that move to cut it to 6, the Razorbacks have the answer. And they've got 19,000 plus in the palm of their hand right now. Tshiebwe, nice drop step and a left hand off the window.
Tremendous move. Two guys on him. Like you said, drop step, left hand.
Amude is going to try another one. Not this time. And the ball out of bounds to Kentucky.
Well, the great Chuck Daly, coach of Dream Team #1, shooting makes up for a multitude of sins. Bang! Downtown Amude. Razorbacks on a roll.
Everybody knows that I'm hog wild. Yeah.
Our game summary. Early turnovers by Kentucky turned into instant offense for Arkansas, shooting the ball well, especially outside the arc. Already 3 out of 7. Tshiebwe and Note are the two leading guys right now, and Kentucky wouldn't be in it without this dude.
Playing great. Got 11 points and 9 rebounds. Offensive boards. Determinated. Getting the ball. Let him shoot it. Shoots 59% from the field. Wildcats getting the rock. The double. Nice pass. Nice finish inside by Keon Brooks. So play your offense through Tshiebwe. He's got to touch it almost every time down the court. Grady doesn't have to shoot it, but let the big guy touch the ball.
Averages 16.4 a game. #1 rebounder in the country at 15.3. And shoot just under 60% from the floor, 70% from the free throw line. He's been the Kentucky offense today.
Exactly. Can't do it alone. I mean, he's Superman, but he needs help. He's got to have a Batman or some type of man.
Got to have a Robin or something.
Somebody to help him. And right now, they're not making threes. Wildcats only make 6 threes a game, so you can't live and die with that.
Xavier Wheeler and Ty Washington on the floor for the first time in a 3-game stretch. They missed the last 2 with injuries. Tshiebwe from the elbow, a little too strong. He knew that wasn't going to go in and tried to get his own rebound, but comes up short. And Arkansas are going to push it. Note in some traffic and still on the dribble. Still got the shot away and got it. Wow, he's been something.
He's something. Now, tremendous player. Once again, he shoots 1 out of every 3 shots that the Razorbacks take when he's on the court.
6 out of 8 for 14. Here's Mintz going to be fouled by Chris Likes. Likes will pick up his second. Talk about contested shot. Watch this.
J.D. Newt, a very talented player, backs his man in, he gets a piece of it. He's on a roll.
Mintz kind of looked.
Casino.
Mintz looked away and said, "What else can I do?"
Exactly. Mintz, good defense, better offense.
Having trouble getting it in right now on the baseline, and had to call a timeout. Much to the chagrin of their head coach.
Looks like he smelled some bad cheese. Look at these guys and gals.
Shark attack.
Shark attack. Wildcats, now they got to play good defense and try to get some runouts.
So that was not a timeout, a turnover. It took too much time on the baseline.
Oh!
Are you kidding me?
Don't be so mean. Don't
Wow.
play so rough. That's not fair, Brad.
That is something. We haven't seen a shooting display like this from a guard. At least I haven't this year.
No, me either.
Match their biggest lead now, up 13. Ty Washington misses on the outside. Nice follow and a flush by Brooks.
One of the best rebound teams in the country. They out-rebound their opponents by 10 a game.
That is tops in the country.
Yep.
Note steps back, fires away anyway. Tshiebwe with an easy rebound. He's in a double-double situation right now.
Like I said, telling Grady back in the game, Brad, right? He's
Yes.
a good scorer. I don't know if he's not feeling well or whatever, but
Note had to put a spin move on there to get around Ty Washington, who comes up limping a little bit on the defensive end, and he's wincing again. So we'll keep our eye on that again.
Yep.
As Ty Washington's had a lower leg problem. That's why he's missed the last 2 games. And also he turned his ankle in a game that I did down at Auburn. So it's a struggle on the defensive end, maybe more for him than the offensive end.
no question. Once again, the 2 young men who are hurt, Wheeler, right, and Ty are struggling right now. They're rusty. They haven't practiced, haven't played.
And Tshiebwe's going to be over the back of Kamani Johnson.
You see, Tshiebwe goes up. Good call. Over the back. That's a foul. Foul Kamani Johnson, as you said.
Approaching the 4-minute mark here. Arkansas, double-digit lead. Nice feed inside, and the finish by Adis Tony on the dish from Note.
Right now, it's J.D. Note's world, and we're just passing through it today. We're getting a glimpse.
He's doing it all. Washington, too strong on the three. Tshiebwe keeps it alive with his 11th rebound. Trying to score. He's going to have to do it from the free throw line. Fouled by Johnson.
Got a terrific game here, but right now it's all red. Razorbacks on a roll with their defense, and the crowd, they're loving it. Long way to go.
A 13-point lead for the Razorbacks here, the number 18 team in the country. Now it's time for Inside March Madness, presented by Buick. Take a look at these two teams and their resume, and Arkansas's won 12 of their last 13. They're just a game behind Kentucky in the conference and 2 games behind Auburn. That net ranking, Pete, that thing has jumped about 60 points just in the last 2 or 3 weeks because of the competition and the fact that they're winning all those games.
Exactly. They were at one time 93, and you said they jumped 60 or more points. So it's a great league. The SEC, certainly one of the tops in the conference, arguably the best, but you can argue between the Big 12 and the Big 10. But an unbelievable league with great talent, athletes, wonderful coaches.
And maybe the player of the year right here.
See, I my vote. I have no juice like you do. But I vote for him. He get every rebound. 16 points a game, 59% from the field. He's a one-man crew this afternoon so far.
12 points, 11 boards. It's his 23rd double-double of the season. A lot of guys could play 4 years. Most guys don't play 4 years anymore, and have 23 double-doubles. He's got 23 this year.
Transfer from West Virginia.
Missed on the second.
I wonder about Kellen Grady. What's going on with him?
He hasn't played much.
Yeah, maybe he's got a foul or whatever, but he's a great player. I don't know what happened with him. Hopefully we'll get him back in the game. Kellen Grady's a tremendous three-point shooter. Maybe it's foul trouble or he missed their assignments or whatever.
They could use his outside shooting. That's
exactly.
for sure.
Eric Musselman's done a fabulous job, as you mentioned before, Brad. Unbelievable. Wherever he's been, in Nevada Reno, we had a couple of his games there a few years ago. Did a wonderful job there. His dad was a legendary coach, Bill Musselman at the University of Minnesota. And
boy, that team he had, I was enamored with that. I was a kid. I was probably in high school.
Right.
Ron Brewer and Clyde Turner and all those guys, and that was a great team.
Great team in the Big Ten, and his son's a great coach also.
Going to have a look, apparently, at this last foul. And I didn't see anything other than a common foul there.
No, I agree. I didn't see it. Just hold him a little bit. Toppin with the left hand. Like they're going for the ball.
It looks more like he fell down and the ball just came out of his hand. Keon Brooks is going, I didn't touch him, I touched the ball.
Yep.
And Doug Shaw's over at the scores table. So it's just going to be a common foul, I think. I don't know what really the other problem was, but
yeah, no, it looked like a common foul.
well, we're going right back to the lineup that we had. Everybody stacked in a row on the inbound pass from J.D. Note.
Kentucky averages 80 points a game. Right now they only got 20.
So a long ways to go, don't
no
they?
question about it. And credit the defense by the Razorbacks.
Might be the best defensive team in the conference. Williams.
Points allowed, right? The number one.
Had very few turnovers, but they had one there. Washington will try to take advantage of it. Williams bangs it against the glass, and that's going to be goaltending. So that's Washington's first point. It didn't really go in.
That's what Kentucky's got to do. They got to run. Got a piece of it. Yeah, hit the board. Yeah, once it hits the board, it's goaltended by Jalen Williams.
Lucky he didn't hurt his hand the way he whacked that thing.
Okay.
Note, one-hander, won't go. Williams with the rebound. The 3-minute mark, 10 on the shot clock. Backdoor cut, and he stepped out of bounds. So back-to-back turnovers by the Hogs. Gives it back to Kentucky.
Important 3 minutes for both teams, but especially the Wildcats. Just get them feeling good going in.
They'd like
down
to get
10.
Just single digits would help them, right?
Exactly. If they're down 6, then that's a win-win for the Big Blue.
That's as close as they got. They cut it to 6 at one point, and then Arkansas went on a tear again.
And drive the basketball. Attack the hoop.
Tshiebwe from the outside. Knew that wasn't going in again. Tried to get his own rebound, and couldn't. Williams did.
He's taken 4 outside, made 1, 25%, but
Maybe shouldn't have hit that first one.
Exactly. That's what happens.
This guy's hit it from everywhere.
Now, when a guy's going crazy like this, Brad, when I was a coach right around the Franco-Prussian War a long time ago, we played a little box and one or a zone change. You can get him out of their rhythm. Right now, he's an unbelievable rhythm. John Calipari's a lot smarter than me, but I've changed something.
No doubt. David Williams in a battle with Tshiebwe underneath is going to pick up the foul. Eric Musselman doesn't like that call at all.
Eric Musselman, he's counseling the referees aggressively.
Counseling.
Yes.
Here's a look at that battle underneath on the mist. Now that was the make by Note on the other end.
The float.
Here was the battle underneath between the two big fellas.
Yep.
There's some muscle right there between number 34 and number 10.
Williams hit him, I thought.
And Oscar hits the first free throw coming up. AT&T at the half. Greg Gumbel, Clark Kellogg, Seth Davis will break down our first half and catch you up on the day's early action. That's all coming up. AT&T at the half. And I'm sure Clark enjoys number 34. And he's going to see him next week with me down in Gainesville, Florida. Quite a player. Tshiebwe got 1 of 2. Got his own miss, though. Washington for 3. And Wheeler picks up the long rebound. He'll try to score. Kentucky can't buy one right now. Arkansas ball. And the assistant coaches on the sideline are having to hold Eric Musselman back. He's still upset about a call about a minute ago.
Very emotional.
Ooh, I guess.
Emotional. He's a great coach, but he's got to calm down. He's get adjutant.
There he heard you. He puts his head in his hands. Just calm down. He had shoulder surgery. That's why he's got the sling on his arm from an injury in practice back in December. So he can only argue with one shoulder. Brooks on the miss from Note. Wheeler trying to push it. And kick ball. Still Kentucky. Double-digit lead, and it has been most of this half for the Razorbacks.
Just a little bit of a run, Nick. You're back in the game.
Kentucky's just shooting so poorly, other than Tshiebwe.
Yep. Once again, credit the defense by the Razorbacks. Doing a great job.
No doubt. 8 on the shot clock. Wheeler lobs it. That's a lazy pass, but Tshiebwe found the handle somehow. Didn't score, but he drew the foul from Jalen Williams, and that helps the cause with the big fella getting another personal underneath.
Couple guys around him. Yep, good call. Hit him with the body. Arkansas is great at that, and you've seen them a lot more than me, Brad, with showing the body, but showing the hands and then banging with the body, because they're physical.
That's 500 pounds going after each other, those guys. 255 and 245,
Exactly. I'd rather clothe those guys than feed them, you know what I mean? They eat like they're going to the electric chair, I'm sure, at nighttime.
13 and 12, another double-double for Tshiebwe. Oscar shooting about 70% from the free throw line. He also leads the team in steals, so he leads them in scoring, rebounding, field goal percentage, steals. And speaks 6 languages, so I think he beats everybody on that too.
Brilliant, yeah. I put a sign on the Kentucky bench, help wanted right now. Right?
Let's see if they can get it to single digits with this free throw. Nope. Kentucky's left a few out there, 4 out of 7 from the free throw line, but they've all come from Tshiebwe. Nobody else has shot one.
He didn't have both feet back in bounds. That's what happened. Good call. by the officials. Got a good crew doing a good job today, I think, for sure. Doug Shows, you've seen many times, Greg, Chuck Jones, and Rob Rourke.
Tshiebwe, reverse layup. Wow, how did that not go in? Battles for the ball. Everybody scrambling for it. And Arkansas apparently is going to come out of the pile with the ball.
Big fella got it.
Really good move, it just didn't work.
Just couldn't finish it. Got help outside by Kamani Johnson, helping out.
And they get a timeout on the bottom of that pile.
Yeah, I guess they called it, yeah. Oh, no, it was a possession. It was a jump ball.
Okay.
So possession arrow went to the Razorbacks. But Kentucky's the best rebounding team in the country with rebound margin, but they got to get some help. They get some perimeter shots.
Get 41 rebounds a game, but of course 15 of those come from one guy. A minute to go, first half. A half that's belonged to the Razorbacks on their home floor with a 15-1 this year. Note lost the handle. Kentucky looking to run. Xavier Wheeler out in front. Got it. His first point. Nice break off the turnover by the Wildcats. And back-to-back turnovers by Arkansas. So here you go. You're 8 points down now. 41 seconds to go. Kentucky scores here, Pete, and then plays some defense. And they're right back in this thing.
You're thrilled. As poorly as they played, and as well as the Razorbacks have played. I like that they're attacking the basket. They're going off the bounce. They're not living and dying with the three because they can't buy one from downtown. And I think Note is a great player. I love him, but he's got to share the ball a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like going 1-on-5, and other guys are getting cold.
Exactly. Xavier Wheeler has been rusty in this first half, as Pete pointed out, after missing the last two games with a wrist problem. He's also had a neck injury earlier this year, ran into a screen that was like running into a wall. It was the LSU game, and then it happened against Auburn as well. So not the biggest guy in the world, tough guy. Wheeler, 3 points, transfer from Georgia.
Gutty little guy.
Leads
the league, as you know, in rebound and assists, 7 a game.
Tshiebwe is going to rest the rest of this half. A well-deserved rest. So Xavier Wheeler, with 2 free throws, cuts the lead to 6 again. Second time they've done that in the half.
Get a good shot now, Razorbacks. Don't shoot it too soon.
About a 4-second difference, shot clock and game clock. Wide open is Kamani Johnson. Washington hit the deck, no foul there. And knocked out of bounds. Still Razorbacks ball, 14.8 in the half, 10 to shoot.
Big possession now for both teams, especially Kentucky. So, hey, we can go in down 6. That's a win for us as poorly as we played.
Likes will come back in. Johnson goes out.
I'd get Note the ball, set a ball screen for him. 18 points in the first half. He's on fire. Let him touch it.
Davion Mintz is the guy to guard him right now. Having a little trouble getting it in. They get it into Amude. Note 5 to shoot. Back pedals way out by us. Wow. If that went in, I think I was going to have a lot.
That was from Tennessee. That was past Little Rock. I'm bad at geography, but that was far away.
Wheeler at the buzzer off the window. But Kentucky played a poor half. Arkansas played a beautiful half. And it's 34-28 at the end of the first half. We'll send you to Greg Gumbel in our New York studio for AT&T at the half. Right after the goal of zero sugar first half statistics. Shooting 47% and holding Kentucky to 33, and the Wildcats have not hit a three-pointer. Their offense has come from Oscar Tshiebwe, as he always does. The leading rebounder has already got a double-double. Welcome back, everybody. Brad Nessler with Pete Gillen. What's Kentucky got to do first of all? They cut it down to this single-digit halftime deficit, but they played poor basketball.
They did. They got to get some help. Tshiebwe, as you mentioned, you got 50% of their points, 56% of their rebounds. You got to get some help now. I'd love to see Grady come back in. He played 9 minutes and he only had 1 shot, 0 for 1. So I don't know if he's sick or he missed a defensive assignment. He's a tremendous player. He's got to help them. And he got to slow down Note, obviously. 18 points. But Note's taking 40% of the shots for the Razorbacks. So once again, that's a little scary if he tries to do too much. The other guys could get cold.
Grady, the leading scorer in the ballgame with 18 in the first half, including that long-range bomb you just saw. And most of the offense for Kentucky again has come from number 34. So 2 outstanding individual performances in the first half, but they're not getting much help from anybody else.
Exactly, Brad. They got to get some balance. That's important. In the first 5 minutes of every game's important. Who's going to grab the game by the neck?
Arkansas certainly did that in the first half. After Kentucky had the first basket, they ripped off 15 straight. And their biggest lead was 13. The only lead for Kentucky was that 2-0 at the very beginning of the ballgame. So let's see how the opening minute goes. Rebound tipped back, kept alive. Williams thought about a 3. He's going to take it. And the rebound, Kentucky's Kellen Grady. Grady didn't score in the first half and averages over 12 a game. Ty Washington normally about 13 a game too. Here's Xavier Wheeler off the window. Don't think he called that, but he'll take it.
Brad, it's 2:22 in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Okay, make a deposit, get some interest. Don't let up. Get some money.
The lead down to 3 after that 3 by Wheeler, but immediately back comes J.D. Note. He's got 20.
Banks are open. You got to take advantage, Brad.
That's right. I didn't know they were open on Saturday.
Fayetteville, a lot of things happen on Saturday.
Ty Washington just 1 field goal in the game, and that one didn't go in. It was a goaltending. And that one didn't go in either. In and out. And Williams with a rebound.
He had some bad luck. He had a couple of shots that were in and out. Once again, the timing of these 2 young men is not good right now because they miss so much time.
They tried to draw a foul from Wheeler. That didn't work. He looks at the official as if to say, I thought I had that.
Yep, push it, Wildcats. That's it. Don't forget the big guy now with 14 points.
There he is. He draws a double team, and then a turnover for Kentucky stepping on the baseline. This is the only 3-pointer in the ballgame for Kentucky that's gone.
That's the Banks. He works in that shot every day. That's what one of the assistants told me.
Note, back steps, 3-pointer. In and out. Brooks will clear it for Kentucky.
Yeah, got to push it. Wheeler's pushing it now. Run with him.
He runs by everybody and leaves it for Tshiebwe out the window. Nice dish.
That was great. Wheeler pushed it. Razorback come right back at him.
Williams with a finger roll off the window that won't drop. And out of bounds to Kentucky. That's a nice feed by the #1 assist guy in the conference right here.
Great job. The defenders come on. Wheeler with the ball. Nice finish by the big guy.
Wheeler again with a penetration. This time he had it stuffed in his face and knocked out of bounds, but it'll still be Wildcat ball.
Yep, little guy among your giants. He's got to know when to shoot, when to pass.
A Houston native, 5'9" junior. I mentioned earlier, played at Georgia before transferring to Kentucky.
Had a couple of good years at Georgia.
Absolutely.
Leading scorer 1 year and played very well. Big loss.
Bad news for Tom Crean is the starting backcourt last year. One's at Kentucky, one's at Auburn. That will help you.
No question about it. 2 excellent players. And that's the transfer portal, Brad, and everybody's in it. My wife wants to put me in it. Not gonna let.
You getting any interest from anybody?
No, I got no interest, no money, no friends, no clothes. But I'm not going in the transfer portal. But the thing is now, you mentioned before, Kentucky used to have the one and done, the young guys. Now they get old guys. They had 1 million guys in the transfer portal.
That one of the oldest teams they've ever had, in fact. Amude, nice jumper on the baseline, pushes the lead back to 5.
Set some screens for Kellen Grady. Very good player. Get him the rock. He can get on fire and nail some threes. Let him at least touch it.
Only had 1 tie in the ball game. That was at 2-2. Ty Washington gets fouled on the jumper. There's the age difference in the last few years, and that is amazing. Kentucky averages over almost 21 years of age. They've got 9 of the 16 players are either juniors or above. We used to just do Kentucky games and go, okay, that guy's going to play 30 games and then he's going to the NBA, you know, so it's all changed for John Calipari. He's adjusted with the times and the portal.
That's
and all
the word.
Things.
The adjustment, Brad. You hit it on the head. He's adjusted. He's smart.
That is the first time Ty Washington has seen the ball go through the net in the last week. Didn't play the last 2 games. Had a goaltending call. Jerry West, finalist. Finally seeing it go through the net. Sometimes that helps you and you get hot. He hits 2 from 15 feet out and cuts it down to 3 again.
1 possession game.
We had an overtime in the first game of our triple header on CBS today. If you missed it, Oklahoma survived Oklahoma State after blowing a big lead and won it in overtime. And here, Arkansas has had the lead almost throughout the game except the opening basket of the ball game, and now their lead's in danger because Kentucky's putting a move on and they've cut it to 1 with Keon Brooks.
The Wildcats are running. They're pushing it, and right now the Razorbacks are not getting back. You and I, we talked to Eric Musselman recently, and he said, hey, we got to get back.
Yeah.
When Wildcats are playing well, they're running. Now they're running.
And we're guarding Note a little bit closer as well. That time left Tony open though. Adis Tony with the flush.
I love Jalen Williams. Such a smart player. Great basketball IQ. For a center, he's very versatile.
Wheeler with the push inside. Tshiebwe with the hook shot goes.
Hit the ball to the big fella. He gets it. Usually good things happen for Kentucky.
18 for Big O, Oscar Tshiebwe. 5 minutes into the game, the important 5 minutes to start the half, as Pete said, and with that, Kentucky's made the push to only down 1. They might be in the front after that shot, and they are.
Nice Euro step, heck of a move. The defense is getting their offense going. The Wildcats are roaring, they're yelling, they're screaming.
Remember,
right now,
I said double
Big
digits.
Blues up 1. Stick with us. We got a great game on CBS and the SEC.
Kentucky's come back from 13 down to lead by 1. And now let's take a look at our fast analysis presented by AT&T 5G.
J.D. Note, a very talented player, can really score. He gets the ball now on the side, on the right wing, penetrated. Nice move in the lane. They're all watching him. They're watching the ball. He penetrated. Tony comes underneath. Great pass. Nice finish. Terrific offense by the Razorbacks.
They find themselves behind for only the 2nd time today with 14:53 to go. Remember, they've only lost 1 game here this year at home, and that was by 1 point. They've only lost 1 game in the last 13. That was to Alabama by 1 point.
Yep.
So we'll see. This next 15 minutes is going to be fun.
Yep.
Here's Note with Washington on him. Off balance and fouled. Washington will pick up the foul with 14:40 to go. J.D. Note going to the free throw line. The heat of the battle. The 2 head coaches. Digits the last 3 games. They're doing it again today. They're up by 1 and they're running right now. Pete, moving the ball.
Xavier Wheeler, the banks are open. He knew that. He pushes it, gives it to the big fella. Right, doing a great job. Up in the tempo. Razorbacks are not getting back, Fred. They're making them pay with their fast break. Musselman was worried about that. We talked to him the other day. So John Calipari doing a great job. I thought it was going to be up and away early in the game.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be getting the brooms out. John's doing a great job.
Well, when it was 15-2, things weren't looking so good. Now looking a little better with 14:40, but now leading scorer in the ball game, J.D. Note at the free throw line. He's a 76% free throw shooter, and he ties it up at 41.
Right now, if I'm the Razorbacks, if he makes this, I press. You got to get back to be aggressive. I think Kentucky's a little more aggressive the first few minutes of the second half.
And he rolls that one in. 22. And a 1-point Arkansas lead. Everybody up at Bud Walton Arena in a stripe out. Every other section's Cardinal or white. And they are enjoying every minute of the season. They've only lost once here at home, so they know what it feels like. Here's Brooks. Nice shot by Keon Brooks. He's got 6.5 and 12 for the game.
Good plays, getting better and better. Each year he's improved. He's got a good mid-range game. A big fella, good offensive rebounder.
The officials will stop play for a second. Xavier Wheeler, they think that there's some blood on either his jersey or his lip. He's looking at his hands. I don't know where I'm bleeding from. I'm not sure.
Yep. He's been crucial for Kentucky. I thought he's been the catalyst for them.
Oh, took one right in the kisser on the elbow from Amude.
Accident. Got great camera crew. Flew him in for Albuquerque, Madison, Wisconsin, Portland, Maine. Got the best.
So, Xavier Wheeler being attended to on the sideline. I don't want to say he's a tough kid, but he didn't even know he was bleeding until the official told him.
No, he's a gutty little guy. Little guy with a big heart.
So it's going to be Arkansas ball in the backcourt. Trailing by 1. With the task of trying to stop number 1, the number 2 scorer in the conference, who's had a big day here today. Grady Note. They switch off now. He backpedals and takes one over Grady. Williams on the drive. And offensive foul on Jalen Williams. And that's big. That's his 3rd.
Kick it out. Amude kicks it out. Drive to the basket. Mint steps in. I think it was a good call. Hit him right in the chest. He's outside the restricted area. The big guy, Williams, gets it. Yep, he's outside. It's him right in the chest. Good call. We got 20,000 fans that disagree.
That's right.
Razorback country.
Mintz on a runner. Offensive foul on Mintz. How about that? Jalen Williams taking the charge, as he has done, about 45 times this year.
Yep, good call by Chuck Jones.
So 1 on each end. Score remains the same. Note. Knocked out of bounds by Kentucky.
Wheeler's out of the game now. We'll see how Kentucky adjusts for a few minutes without that little point guard.
Whoa! Whoa! He's done it every way possible, including a one-handed slam. Tshiebwe got his own miss. Might have to go back up with it again. Does, and got it. It's 20 for Oscar.
He's unbelievable. He gets over 5 offensive rebounds a game. That's a lot of work, Grady.
No doubt. A strong double-double for a guy that might be the National Player of the Year. Who knows? Note. Now this is something to watch, really. Back and forth we go now with 12.5 to go. And J.D. Note and Oscar Tshiebwe are putting on a show for us here in the SEC on CBS today. Lob to the big fella, scored again.
Let the big dog eat, get him the ball. He's hungry, can't stop him.
26 for the guy with the ball in his hand right now. And 22 for Oscar Tshiebwe. Note working against Mintz. Tried to force one up, and it's going to be a jump ball, and possession arrow is Kentucky. Wildcats will have the ball. and the lead at 47-46. But J.D. Note done it every way you can today. Inside, outside, flushing it. And then number 34 has done it on both ends. Defense, rebounds, and scorebook. 1-point game. Wildcats in front. St. Louis, the old Checker Dome. You see the front page of the Lexington Herald Leader. Kentucky knocked off Eddie Sutton and the triplets 64-59. Joe B. Hall and the Wildcats went on to beat Duke and win the national championship a couple days later with Goose Gibbons and those guys. This Kentucky team is 23-5. They've come from 13 points back in the first half to lead by 1 here with 12 minutes to go. The Stars came out to shine in the second game of our triple header on CBS today. That's for darn sure. 22-14 for Tshiebwe. J.D. Note has been just sensational offensively for Arkansas.
Two great programs with tremendous traditions.
Kentucky with 8 national titles. Arkansas with that 94 team that we showed you a little while ago. And both of these teams think they're capable of making a big March run. And March is still a couple of days away, but Pete, we said it earlier, it feels like it in this building right now.
It's like an Elite Eight game. The atmosphere is unbelievable. The talent's there. Outstanding coaches. Terrific athletes. Wonderful defense. It's got it all.
Tshiebwe, long hook shot is short. Get it back to J.D. Note, and he gets bumped by Davion Mintz. He's had the chore of trying to stay and control number 1 today. He's done as good as he can, but I mean, this guy's been on fire all day long.
A nightmare. I mean, it's like reading an Edgar Allan Poe story, you know, late at night, for whom the bell tolls or whatever, you know, it's the telltale heart. It's a nightmare trying to guard this guy.
Note was in here at about 9 o'clock last night after the gymnastics meet, shooting, and then we talked about his shooting before the game as Jalen Williams knocks one down from mid-range and puts Arkansas back in front by 1. Almost the midway point of the second half. Battle between 2 of the top teams in the SEC. Auburn and Tennessee, the other 2 that are in the top 4. They're in action right now. Tshiebwe, Williams on his shoulder, outside to Wheeler. Brooks back to Tshiebwe underneath.
Yeah, they wanted a charge. Williams tried to get a charge, but he was in the restricted area, so good no call by the officials.
Tshiebwe with 24. I have a held ball. Arkansas ball on the arrow. Problem with guarding this guy is he's got Steph Curry type range. There's a turnover instead, and out in front, Washington. He got fouled hard from behind by Davis. And immediately everybody looks at Ty Washington, except to say, is your leg okay?
Yep.
Because he's had issues, both his ankle and his lower leg. And this landing after being fouled wasn't the greatest.
Nope.
But looks like he's okay.
Good for the Wildcats. Wheeler back in the game. I thought he's been the catalyst.
Yeah.
Brad early in the second half, pushing it, scoring in transition. The Razorbacks were not getting back.
Washington with the free throw. He played just 9 minutes before rolling his ankle in that Auburn game down at Auburn. He missed the Mississippi State game with an ankle. He played 26 minutes against Florida before a lower leg injury. And then John Calipari says, I should have never played him against Tennessee because he got hurt after playing only 12 minutes in that one and then missed the last 2 games. So that's been the story of the injury situation for Washington. Meanwhile, he missed the free throw. They had another chance, but couldn't advance past the 2-point lead they have right now.
Razorbacks got to get Williams going. I think he can hurt Tshiebwe with drive. I think he's too quick and hit the outside shot. Get the ball to Williams. Let him touch it.
And Washington, nice defense, good hands ahead to Keon Brooks with the lay-in. Brooks has been big in the second half. 8 points in the half, and this is the biggest Kentucky lead of the game.
Credit to defense by Kentucky. We talked about Razorbacks did an outstanding job in the first half. Right now, all right, I think Kentucky's doing a great job defensively.
Williams runs into Tshiebwe, gets it back outside. J.D. Notte, mid-range, long-range, inside. He hasn't missed a lot.
It's easy money for him, Brad. Easy money.
And good defense by the Razorbacks. Kentucky turns it over. Chance to tie or lead. And it's going to be a foul on Washington.
Looks like Jalen Williams, he can't even get over half court. So I guess banging bodies against Tshiebwe, certainly he's tired. He needs a rest.
He has pushed it hard and pushed that 240 plus pounds against the 255 pounds of Oscar Tshiebwe all day long. I'd be tired too.
No question about it. I'd pull a oblique muscle. I don't know what mine is. I say oblique's killing me. Coach, take me out. Where's your oblique? I don't know, but it's hurting.
It's definitely injured. Notte, way up off the window!
Yes.
Tie game. Wheeler changes that.
Two little guards taking over the game. Who's going to blink first?
Notte trying to get a shot up there. Tony tried to keep it alive, and now they do keep it alive. And a three goes for Mude. Razorbacks regain the lead.
Great game with two great teams. They're going to make deep runs in the NCAA tournament.
Keon Brooks contested by Notte. Kentucky ball on the tie-up, no foul. And Mude is saying, hey, I'm out here just waiting for it. And then good defense, not just all offense for J.D. Notte.
Yeah, he's doing it all. Scoring, as you said, at all three levels. Knock down threes, mid-range, getting to the rim, finishing with either hand around the basket, playing defense.
Under 8 to go. Arkansas by 1. Tshiebwe had it stripped, but he's tripped and fouled.
Keep going to the big fella. Let the big dog eat. Good things are going to happen for the Wildcats. Got a great one in Fayetteville. Stay with us at CBS.
Kentucky shooting 10% better right now than they were at halftime. Still have only one three-pointer. But the two individual performances by Oscar Tshiebwe and J.D. Notte have been out of sight. 30 points for Notte, 24 and 14 rebounds for Tshiebwe.
They've been off the charts. They're taking over the game. They're both doing great. And, who's going to blink first? I think it's going to go right down to the wire.
And Eric Musselman with some fancy shoes. Not only Razorbacks on, I think it's at CBS on them too. I want a pair of those. Arkansas has not gotten a point from its bench today. Xavier Wheeler, who came off the bench, didn't start and just knocked down a 15-footer.
Backboard like that, hit the rung inside. I mean, he had the banks before.
That's
another
right.
one.
He had one off the window from three-point land, and that one just died on the back of the iron and then fell in. So he'll take them both.
Exactly. He's living right.
Notte has it swatted away by Tshiebwe out of bounds. Tshiebwe obviously leads the team in block shots too. Came in with 41.
Where are they going to get offense besides Notte? Big question, Brad.
They got a new guy on him. As it's Toppin trying to guard him now. Much longer defender. Three-pointer won't go. Johnson had his hand on it, and Wheeler stripped it underneath, so it's going to be Arkansas ball. Mude gets double teamed on the inbounds pass. Gets it back in the corner, and he'll take it from there. Got it!
Oh. Wow.
2 threes this half, 3 for the game for Stanley Mude. Arkansas by 2. Mintz stepped out of bounds.
Here we see Moutier from way downtown. Look at it, benches into it, crowds into it.
Note draws a double team, and that leaves wide open Kamani Johnson. Finally points from the bench. And now a steal by Note, but it's going to be knocked out of bounds. It'll be Kentucky ball. Yeah. Well, when you worry about this guy the whole time, somebody's going to be open.
Exactly. 2 guys go on Note. Nice bounce pass inside. Excellent finish inside. Okay, by Kamani Johnson. Bench points. Kentucky 16, only 2.
Johnson was the 2. And it's Kentucky down by 4. Wheeler will try 3. Got it. This one's clean. Xavier Wheeler with 10 in the half, 14 for the game. It's a 1-point lead, Arkansas.
He's been tremendous. I know we mentioned that before. He's been great.
I think you were 100% right. He was a little rusty in that first half, but he's come on strong. Amude thought about a 3, got it inside to Johnson instead. And now stolen away by Washington. He and Wheeler will run. Wheeler for the lead if it goes. Tshiebwe the follow will. 26 for Tshiebwe, and Kentucky back in front by 1.
Wheeler's holding his wrist. Hope he's okay.
Grady getting a little handsy with Note. No foul called. The fans were reacting to that. Tony, the kick out, 3-pointer, baseline. Gonna be a foul. Game, Kentucky in front, and at the free throw line, Devontae Davis hasn't scored yet in the game. He has now.
Looks like the team that has the basketball last. The way it's going, it's right now. It looks like they think defense is a town in South America. Both teams. You know what I mean? They're not guarding anybody. It's like some of my teams. That's why I'm on Boot Hill with you. Except you're not on Boot Hill.
Well, we had it, the 3rd tie of the game until that free throw, and he's got one more coming. Jalen Williams coming back in for the stretch run. Devontae Davis, a sophomore out of Jacksonville, Arkansas. Only 2 points. Came off the bench in the last game and scored 19 in the win over Florida. And he's 3 for 3 from the free throw line after being fouled outside the arc over there on the baseline. 2-point game. 5 and change to go. Wheeler guarded by Note. Wheeler trying to penetrate, lays it up, and it rolls around and in. Looked like somebody touched it above the rim.
Yep. That was close. It could have been an offensive goaltending. I couldn't tell. We got blocked down a little bit.
Even again at 63. We're tied at 2, tied at 41, tied at 61, and now even at 63 with 4.5 to go. And 1 for Jalen Williams.
That's what he can do. He's too quick for Tshiebwe. Should have done that before. Just isolate him at the top of the key, Brad, and go. Here he goes. He goes by him too quick. Nice finish by Jalen Williams. Very versatile big guy. You said that before. Versatility.
The number 2 rebounder in the conference to the guy that just fouled him. And now he's at the free throw line to try to cap a 3-point play. Tshiebwe pulls down the miss. 15 boards to go with 26 points. Not a bad outing.
Yeah.
The lob to nowhere. Kentucky turns it over. Williams again trying to drive on Tshiebwe, and this time he's bumped before he even got close to the basket.
That's what he's got to keep doing. Attack off the bounce. Calipari fired up. Very emotional. Get agita, John. Take it easy. Great guy. Known him a long time. We worked together at the 5-star basketball camp, Brad, that you heard about. There's a lot of great players there. Michael Jordan and all sorts of great. Chris Paul and Patrick Ewing and Alonzo Mourning. And
you could have won a few games with those guys.
Yeah. Oh boy. But right now, Williams can take over this game because Tshiebwe can't guard him. I would isolate him at the top of the key and just go to work against Tshiebwe. Looked like he was going to pass out a few minutes ago.
Well, he got that breather, and he's really played lights out since he came back in.
Yeah. Fort Smith, Arkansas, right close by. And tremendous young player. Only a sophomore, but one of the leaders of the team.
Got them both. 67, 63. 4-point game, 4 minutes to play. Washington, tough shot, baseline, got it. Only his first field goal that has gone in. The other one was a goaltending call.
He's fearless. He's got a big heart, young man. He's a freshman.
One of the top freshmen in the country, not just in the SEC. The crowd kind of taking a pause here, knowing that's going to be a fantastic finish. Jalen Williams from the elbow.
Tshiebwe can't guard him. He's too quick. Stay way off him, he can make that shot. He's not a great three-point shooter or outside shooter, but he's solid.
That pause that the crowd took is over.
Giant possession for the Wildcats. Got to get a good shot.
Washington trying to get around Tony. Finally did. Way up off the window. Tshiebwe tips it in. Oscar Tshiebwe with 28. 3 minutes to go. 1 point, 1 possession, I should say, game.
He's amazing. Best offensive rebounder in the country, best total rebounder. He gets over 5 offensive rebounds. That's work, Grady. Rebound like that, it's work.
We might end up seeing a 20-20. We already got a 28-16. In and out. Williams doesn't get the putback. And it's Kentucky ball.
Got a great game here in Fayetteville. Could go either way. Stay with us on CBS.
Now it's time for the Capital One rewarding performance.
2 great players. Once again, I give it to Note, an eyelash over Tshiebwe, 30 points, 7 assists. Took over the game in the first half. He can finish any which way, all 3 levels, 3-point mid-range game, and get to the rim and finish with either hand around the basket.
For those of you Kentucky fans, you can address your mail to Pete Gillen, Gillen, in care of CBS, as Oscar Tshiebwe has 30 points and 18 rebounds.
I know, he was great. No, exactly. No, I got a lot of enemies. You got to get a ticket. When I coached at Virginia,
get in line, right?
Get in line, but no, Tshiebwe, I'd split it in half, but we had to pick one.
We argued about it, folks, during the entire timeout. Here we go.
Tshiebwe was unbelievable. I agree with you. Slight lead for the Razorbacks, so I won by an eyelash, but got more enemies than anybody.
Got a lot of ball left, too. 2.5 to play. Wheeler working against Note. Now, long 3, and it goes for Grady. Hadn't scored all day.
He hadn't touched it. They didn't look for him. He's got to work hard to get free, but he didn't touch the basketball.
Top 3-point shooter for Kentucky finally drills one, and they go back in front by 1.
Shoots 44% from 3-point land. Got to get him the ball more. He's got to work harder to get free.
Tony had it stuffed in his face by Tshiebwe, and now Wheeler coming the other way. Under 2 to go. Kentucky by 1.
Go with the same formula. Get the ball to the big fella.
Wheeler from the elbow. Got his own miss and then threw it over to us almost. Saved by Washington. And then lost by Grady. Thought you were going to have a play on that one.
I know. My hands a little slow, but we almost got that assist. But
On the floor, Amude, Note, Davis, Williams.
It's at a high ball screen for Note. Screen, trying to get to the rim.
JD drops it off to Williams with a hook shot.
I'd run out again. Two of your best players with the ball. Note off the high ball screen by Jalen Williams. Williams is going to sleep for a week after this game.
1 point game, just over 1 to go in regulation. Wheeler thought about a shot, had the ball knocked out of bounds.
Yep.
Still Wildcats ball.
Don't forget Kellen Grady. Don't forget him. Just made a big-time three.
Wheeler, that's where he thought about the shot, that it had it knocked from behind. And we've got a break with 1:03 to go and a 1 point barn burner. Can only hope it's as good as the first two. Oklahoma in overtime in game 1. 1:03 to go in regulation here in game 2. Arkansas by 1. They've already knocked off the #1 team in the country at the time, Auburn. Now they're trying to pick off #6 Kentucky.
If I'm Kentucky, Brad, I'm going to put on one side of the floor, left side, Kellen Grady and Tshiebwe, two of your best offensive. I don't want Wheeler shooting. He's playing great, but he's not a great scorer. Grady's a great shooter, 44% from three-point land. They got to come out, go inside to the big fella. They double team, kick it out. All right, for Razorbacks, the ball, Note, him and the other big fella, Jalen Williams, a pick and roll like they just did. So let the two best guys have the ball on that side of the court.
Gene Steratore is along with us. And Gene, they were taking a look at who knocked the ball out of bounds on that last play.
Yeah, you know what, Brad? Because of where that was position-wise, it was difficult to see if any official could actually see it. So they did the right thing and took a quick look at the monitor and came up with the right answer.
Well, the fans didn't think it was the right answer, but they got their wish anyway because Kentucky just turned around and turned it right back over.
Keon Brooks threw an elbow right to Amude. Good call. Officials have done a great job in a tough environment.
Minute to go. #1 with the ball in his hand, who's been sensational. A 30-point day for Note, guarded by Ty Washington. Going to use some clock here. Winding it down, way out near midcourt. He can shoot from there. Trust me. He almost thought about it right there. 7 to shoot now. Note. Williams will drive. And hits the deck with a foul.
That's the answer. Get him the ball. At the top of the key. Tshiebwe can't guard him out there. 265, 270 pounds. He's a great player, Tshiebwe, but it's a tough isolation.
Call the foul on Wheeler, which will send Jalen Williams to the free throw line, where he's 4 out of 5 today. Shoots 70% on the season. The last 15 games, he's had 10 double-doubles. And he's played a brilliant game again today here.
And he's dead tired. Sometimes when you're exhausted, that affects your concentration and your free throws.
15 for the day. 2-point lead, Arkansas. Got it. And Danielle Musselman cheering on her husband's team as they have a 3-point lead in a timeout, Kentucky. 33 seconds to go in regulation. A 3-point game. Don't go away. 32.9 to go. A 1-possession game. Pete, what's Kentucky run here?
Well, I'd go to Kellen Grady. I'd run him along the baseline with a couple of screens, get the ball in the left wing, all right, and you have Tshiebwe inside, you the shooter, kick it in. You still got time. 32.9 is an eternity. So I don't want Wheeler, who's a terrific player, having a great second half. I don't want him shooting. Grady's a great shooter. Let the shooter shoot, dribble.
Grady, grad transfer from Davidson. Started his season slow at Kentucky. John Calipari said, you scored 2,000 points when you were at Davidson. Why don't you score some for us? He has 1 field goal in this half. Keon Brooks will take the 3. Tshiebwe trying to keep it alive. He and Williams battle. Arkansas gets the ball. And a foul now on Grady against Devontae Davis, and the crowd is going wild at Bud Walton. Devontae Davis at the free throw line. He's taken 3. He's made them all from the stripe. Stays a one-possession game for the moment. For those expecting to see UCLA and Oregon State right now, it's available on CBSSports.com. We'll get you to that game as soon as we're done here.
Brad, if he misses this and they're up 3, I would foul when I get over half court, maybe 8 or 9 seconds. I fouled early as a head coach. I did it 20 times, and we won every time we did it. All right, now, we're up 4. Don't foul now. You're up 4.
Wheeler brings it down. 10 to go. Washington had it knocked out of bounds by Note.
You don't need a 3 now. It's a 2-possession game. If you got one, you can take it. If it's open, if not, drive to the basket and call timeout. Still got plenty of time for the Wildcats.
John Calipari is hot. Wanted a foul call. Didn't get it. 4-point game with 8.8 to go.
Loves it. A diehard fan for life for the Razorbacks now. Kentucky does not need a 3. Wide open, yes, but 2-possession game. Trying to drive to the basket, get fouled.
3-pointer knocked out of bounds. No, not out of bounds. And now it's a run out. This one's over. Or are they going to call a foul in the backcourt?
Out of bounds. It was an out of bounds.
We'll take another look. Well, I thought he saved it. And the officials, again, taking a look at the monitor on the scorer's table. This one's important. I thought the ball was going to fly out of bounds at that point right there. And then tipped, and it came back, and did it touch Ty Washington?
Yeah.
I guess that's the question.
What happened? I think a Razorback touched it at the end. Yeah.
Gene Steratore, I hope you got an answer, Gene, because I don't know what the call is here.
Yeah, these are hard. Now remember the new rule this year: without 2 players contesting for out of bounds, they can look to see. In this case, they've ruled this player out of bounds, and from everything I see, guys, I don't see anyone out of bounds. I think the real question becomes now, if there is no one out of bounds after reviewing this, is that basketball loose when the official blows his whistle? If it is loose in that case, they're going to go to the alternating possession arrow, which would give Arkansas the basketball. So they have to look at a couple different elements right now as to when they put air in this whistle in the event that no one was out of bounds or there wasn't an official out of bounds play on this scenario.
Boy, trying to hear a whistle in this building, I'm telling you. Still couldn't hear it at that point. And we're going to find out here in a second when Doug Shaw says it's Arkansas ball. A 2-possession game and 5.5 to go. And now Kentucky will try full court press anything they can to get their hand on it or get a quick foul.
Yep.
And Jalen Williams will be the inbound man.
Okay. Can't move now on a out of bounds like that. Can't move.
There's no one on him, and he easily gets it into Davis, and he's fouled. So he's going back to the free throw line where he's done all his work today. 4 out of 5 from the stripe. See a lot of security personnel in the yellow. Remember, earlier this year they beat Auburn and everybody stormed the court, and that cost them about $250,000 from the conference. And then they're trying to keep everybody off the court here today.
Could happen again.
It might. I know I'm going to duck just in case. And Davis misses the free throw. If you're expecting to see the Bruins and Oregon State, it's available on CBSSports.com. We'll get you that game in just a minute. Kentucky is walking off the court with 4.4 seconds to go and heading to the locker room. And there's just 5 guys in blue jerseys left. So they've conceded, I guess, at this point, as Washington takes a shot off the window, and it goes, and it will count. And it's a 2-point win for Arkansas. They beat then number 1 Auburn. They've now beaten number 6 Kentucky. And they have won 13 of their last 14. What a game and what a finish. Kind of an odd finish, to be quite honest with you. I didn't see a lot of handshake lines either, and that's been a point of emphasis, I guess, over the course of the last week. Eric Musselman says, I don't care. We won the game. 75-73. That's our final score. For Pete Gillen, Gene Steratore, and our entire CBS crew, Brad Nessler saying so long from Fayetteville. Coming up next on CBS, UCLA and Oregon State. We'll send you out to Spiro and Jim Spinarco in Corvallis right after these messages. Razorbacks, another big win at home.
Out there, yeah.